How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, I'm good.
Good. Your first name?
I'm Amari.
The lady in the hat. Your first name?
Amari.
Amari. And then, ma'am, your first name?
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Roxanne. How old are you, Roxanne?
I'm 48.
48. So have you been watching? Did you just join the broadcast? Have you? Because I've been on YouTube earlier.
Yes. I joined on Instagram.
All right. So I'm talking, and you said you're 27. How, ma'am? You're 48, and how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. All right. So I'm talking about self-love. This self-love that turns into selfishness with modern women. And I profiled Diane Carroll, who shared the fact that it took her to be an old woman and failing in 4 marriages before recognizing the reason she was alone is because she's difficult. Because she was difficult.
Difficult. Okay.
Difficult. And then I juxtaposed that with Eartha Kitt, Catwoman, sitting in a garden being interviewed, asking about could she compromise with the men, and she cackled loudly and laughed like a mad woman with this glazed look in her eye. And I'm like, well, if these 2 women were some of the best that ever did it, what can you learn? So my theory, my supposition is self-love turns into selfishness, it turns into alone. What do you think?
I had 27-year-old. I'll go next. Go ahead. Okay, so what I think about self-love is, if you don't love yourself, if you don't teach the person that you're in a relationship how you love yourself, if you're reciprocating that energy, returning it back, what's wrong with self-love? I feel like it's not selfish. You sometimes have to show somebody how to love you. And then these women that have been left alone, is it because what? It's because she found out she was the problem, or is it because she was messing with a manipulator who made her seem like she was the problem because he was unfaithful or...
See, I want you to notice how well, first of all, you automatically went to why the woman left alone. She was alone because she's alone, because she's hard to deal with. That's what the woman said, because she said she was difficult. That's what she said. So let's stop trying to make men be the fault all the time. And what I want, hold on. That's what I want to do, though. I want to have conversations with women who we talk about what's going on with women, and women aren't making the cause be somebody else. We're all adults, and you're responsible for your stuff. Now, you say it's self-love. You teach somebody how to love yourself. You teach somebody how to love you, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Who taught you how to love a man?
My grandmother. That's that man, though. Everyone's not the same. That's fact. My grandmother just told me how she stuck it out with her husband.
She told you how she stuck it out. What did your mom do?
My mother is divorced.
And your status?
I am married.
Okay, how long have you been married?
For 3 years.
Okay. Any children?
I have 1 son.
Not with your husband?
No, not with my husband. From a previous relationship.
Part of the issue with the way you came in the room is you seem to lack humility.
Okay.
Because you're talking about you. Okay, how to love myself and teach somebody. But how do you love your man? How do you love your son?
I love them how I would want to be loved. I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm caring.
But do you understand that how you want to be loved is different than a man?
Yes, totally. We have different... Absolutely.
Then why would you love them the way you want to be loved when you're a woman?
Because the bottom line is about respect, mutual respect, putting myself in their shoes, caring, being empathetic, patient. That's basics.
Okay. I try to be kind of delicate with married women because you're already with somebody. Someone's chosen you. I hope it works. But I will be honest, overall, the energy you're giving me is same me first modern woman. And it's difficult to get along with. It's about y'all. And
I don't put myself first. I'm a mother, but honestly, like my needs are that last. Just being a mom alone.
okay. I'm just going on what you've said. Okay. What do you have to say, ma'am? 48. I forgot your name. Go ahead.
And you come my
Roxanne. Yeah, about things. I mean, I got a lot of things going on right now. 10,000, 18,000 people.
face.
Go ahead. What do you got to add?
You talk about celebrities that probably put monetary or material things above a relationship with a man. So any woman that puts material things or money first, they probably won't end up in a perfect situation when they get older. When they're not, men are visual, so when they get older, they don't have nothing to offer besides money or material things.
Well, why do we use celebrity?
I mean, because you get an example of celebrity.
I'm just saying, but why do we use them?
Why do you use them?
Dear, it's not just me. I didn't start this, so don't make that just me.
Okay, well, you just said Grace. You mentioned.
Yeah, because I don't know your cousin. It's somebody we all know. That's why we use celebrities. The reason we use what's
Hey, that's
we
not real life.
excuse me. We use what's applicable. So unless you're gonna go and look, hold on.
Okay.
I really dislike when women want to try to argue the methodologies when it's used. You're the same generation. People use athletics, entertainment, sports as comparisons for life. We use people who have a common knowledge of, because you can't speak about everybody. And you said one thing about it. Well, if you put money first, well, do you watch my program?
Yes.
Does it sound like women are putting money first these days?
I see. I don't know what to say next because you get offended pretty quick.
Does it sound like women are putting money first these days when they're looking for a man?
You said we're putting ourselves first. Well, okay. I don't relate to those women. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, I didn't ask if you're necessarily related to those women. That's not the question. The question is, of the hundreds, the thousands of women that have run through my show, what do most women put ahead, resource or character?
Resource on your show.
It's not just on my show, ma'am. And see, that's the problem. My show is not a microcosm. And maybe that's not because it's not your experience. You think this is not the real world. It is far more real. I move around this country and it's the same. That's why I can take calls from Maine to California and get almost a similar outcome and similar result. And women who put money first, according to you, may have such and so forth. So by extension, even the women who call into the program who are putting resource, i.e. money first, Chad, am I wrong? I mean, does the logic not seem to fit?
No, the logic, you said it. You said show. This is all show. Women, let's be realistic. Women, it's at the end of the day, I want to be respectful, so I want you to speak. But I just want to say that this does not relate to the actual real world. Money. Okay, money is just a tool.
What city or state do you live in?
I'm in New York.
Oh, New York City?
Yes, close by. Yes.
So you think what you're saying relates more to the real world than what happens with millions of people on the platform?
It relates to more real women, not the real world, but real women.
Who's calling into my show every night? Celebrities?
know, just I'm here and there. Okay, because this is off topic, but
Man, but before you do that, you keep saying so either you don't watch.
I do.
Okay, so
you say a lot of.
But the women who call into my show, do you think they are a representative sampling of what the dating market is in this country?
Yes, I believe it is.
Then these are the real women. If it's a representative sampling.
That doesn't mean that because it's a representative sampling that it's the real women. It's just like.
What does it mean? If it's representative, if it's representative, what does it mean? What does representative mean?
It means a lot of people think the same, but they don't represent me. I don't.
Okay, let's start right here. Let's start right here. This is one of these logical fallacies that women pull today. It's because you don't represent me, or because you don't talk to each and every individual. It's not valid. Are generalizations valid? Excuse me. Are generalizations valid for a conversation?
If it applies.
Okay, if it applies. So in order for it to apply, does it need to be? It needs to be 50.1% or more one way than the other. True or false?
True.
Okay, so what you're seeing are generalizations that you may not apply to you, but it is valid. Just because you may be in the 1% or the 2% over here, we're talking about the greater percentage of people. And my thing is, why I don't understand why women around your age are still trying to split the hair. Does it matter if it doesn't represent you? But I think I think you should probably look at it and say, you know what? Why is this happening every night and I seem to be over here? What's the disconnect?
I know what the disconnect is.
What is that?
Truthfully, it's just people in general, just they're just listening to everyone's following what everyone else is doing and not being true or genuine to themselves. So, of course, if one woman says, okay, I need this type of person, and this person is high in stature and popularity, then everyone wants to want what that person wants. But one thing does not fit for everyone.
Ma'am, where can you go where one thing fits for everyone?
On social media.
No. I want to know where you can go to where one thing fits for everyone, because that makes no sense to me. It never does when say one thing doesn't fit for everyone. Where do you go where one-stop shop is for everybody? Where is that? Where does that exist in life?
Well, you just said over 50%.
Ma'am, that's not what I know. That over 50% is not one for everyone. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that I'm trying to see, and the thing is, okay, here's what I find frustrating with women our generation. It's we don't have much life left. And it's like, are you married?
I was.
So you're not married now? Okay. Do you want to live the rest of your life by yourself?
No.
So what's the plan to get with somebody?
Well, apparently, I was with my husband for almost 30 years. My first boyfriend at 16. So to be single at this age is crazy because there's not relationships, there's other stuff going on that I'm not familiar with. So my plan is to maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I just go with the flow and see what happens.
That's a good way to die alone.
I got more,
That's a good way to die alone. And see, the thing is, you're going with the flow, but your flow seems to be you were in a bubble. And what you've described is people are just followers and they're sheep. So what? And I think that's a very, very arrogant thing for someone to say. especially someone who ain't been out here. But I let you say it because I talked about humility. But you're not, because you're talking about something you're not. You just, how long have you been out here?
Since 5 years. So.
5 years, but you were in a relationship since 16. So, ma'am, arguably you've been in a bubble. You don't know. And if the world, and to you, this sounds like, well, this, and I lived in New York, dear. Got news for you. You're the one that's the odd duck.
Yes, I am.
Right. So understand, maybe, just maybe.
An old school romantic,
Well, that's okay, but how's that going to work in this world unless you find? So if you're an old school romantic, did your husband pass? Did your husband pass?
Huh?
Did your husband pass?
Nope.
Good luck with that. Old school romantic, out of touch. That's fine. I mean, hey, because I think it's interesting that I was saying this the other night, and I was saying the reason I don't date women my age, you're too difficult. Women, and that is more than generally true.
I'm genuine.
I said your age, man. I didn't say you. See, here's the thing, ma'am. There's a generalization and there's you. If it's not you, let it go. I said your age. And the reason men my age don't tend to date women our age is because women our age tend to be difficult. And go with the flow is what we really want. And I think it's funny because if you go back on the show I did Friday night, I talked to a woman that was 52 and a woman that's 42. And you look in the comment section and you will listen to how exhausting it was to talk to them. Then I had a woman call in that was 23 and 24, and they were both like, thank you. Listening to you, now I'm on a better track because I don't want to be that. Young women are seeing the outcomes women today over 40 have, and they are rejecting them. They don't want it. So if that's not you, cool. But and if you're going to be dating, you need to know what the dating market is, because if you want to date age appropriate, it may be difficult to find a Generation X man to date because of the market. This is why I'm starting to see, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a trend, especially with women of a higher socioeconomic status in their 40s, they're tending to start dating young men. Have you noticed that?
I have.
And why is it? Because they cannot date men on the same socioeconomic status in the same age range. So they got to date down. So anyway, okay, good conversation. I hope it works out for you. I certainly do. Everybody, I think it's interesting that we are just, so many people today just seem to, I don't know, women are just like resistant to, they're all special snowflakes. That's another thing I want to talk about. Me, the me generation. One of the things that is so frustrating with women today, men are so frustrated with the fact that you're all special. No one can say anything. It always depends. There's no box. Women don't want to be categorized. You can't speak for all. One of the biggest things I hear from my female critics and detractors is you lump all women into this or that. I got news for you. You are all this or that. You fit in a box somewhere. And it is time out for women over 40 in particular to stop thinking you're all special snowflakes. You are more alike than you are different. But I want you to go back to the show I did on Friday and show that was what was happening. And why do women I think want to do that? It's because if they can do that, they can actually ask for higher price.
Hey everyone, this is Bella News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow Papa Kevin Samuels and all his work he has done to the community, because he has helped to bring the Black women society to the biggest number of understanding, and also the black men society in the biggest number of understanding. He has more amazing and interesting videos, intelligent videos that will teach you how to navigate your way around men and women, videos that will teach you how to coordinate yourself in the society, videos will teach you to coordinate in a family, videos that will teach you to bring back your family together and to come together and be part of anything you want. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't keep on checking his videos, because he has more amazing work. He has more work that you can learn in one way or the other. As we proceed, let's give respect to the fallen legend Papa Kevin Samuels for his good work he has done. Let's keep on promoting his name, because why not? He did a great job to the community, and may his soul rest in peace. And let's keep his work moving, and may his legacy stay forever, because he was such an intelligent, blessed man, the godfather and the legend, undefendable. Because dealing with our gender, most especially as the ladies, it's not easy, but there is a way he could bring out that point to the extent even those who didn't want to listen could sit and be like, yeah, what I'm doing, it's not right. One great thing I like about him, he was real and open. You know, it's very rare to find someone open, because at the end of the day, you may ask someone, how am I? And they be like, you're good. But for him, he will tell you, no, ma'am, here you did a mistake. Here you were right. Though he used to speak the truth, so that you feel the pain of speaking the truth, not pretending like other people can mean to pretend, you know. Someone tells you something, but they know they are pretending. But this man, he was a legend who could really speak what he could speak, and you either pick it or not. So in this video, we are talking about self-love. First of all, let me speak about self-love. The worst thing you can lose in yourself, the worst thing, is self-love. Because if you lose self-love first, you're going to lose hope, you're going to become hopeless, you're going to become useless, you're going to become undetermined, because you've lost yourself. One, in all cases of life, in all circumstances of life, in all storms of life, in all what you do, make sure you don't lose the self-love. You don't lose yourself before anything. Even when you're going through a divorce or a heartbreak, never lose yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you. First bring that love to yourself, then you see the next step forward. All things you do, make sure you don't lose self-love. It all starts from you. It all starts from you. When you have that courage and hope, you will face the next day. First have that self-love in you. First have the hope. Then you will, even when you're speaking with the self-love, you will know that this what I'm speaking is worth speaking. You will have that sense of sitting and thinking twice before you act out something, or before you do a mistake, or before they judge you according to what you speak. That's what they call self-love. In any way or the other, you should have self-love. Even when the whole world turns around you, when you have self-love, my dear, trust me, all shall be well. Everything will move on its pace, because you already have yourself. You can stand for yourself. You can stand when the shades are dark. You can stand even in the darkness, you can't see. But if you believe in yourself and you have that love, you have that self-esteem, even yourself, you will sit and be like, yeah, I can make it here. I can be this. I can do this. I can do this. But if you can't stand on yourself, if you can't stand for yourself, don't ever think everything will be well off or what. So in these videos, if you're to see these two ladies, they look confused, you know. At times, you have to, when things are trying to mess around, or when the world is trying to squeeze you, sit down and think, are those people leaving me the problem, or I am the problem? Because at the end of the day, you may bring yourself blaming other people, but it's on you. Like, it's on you. The problem is you, but you're not saying it. First figure out before you make any question about anyone, first question yourself, am I right? If all these 5 people have left my life, is it me the problem, or are these people? Yeah, guys, so that brings us to the end of today. But don't forget, we are still in our charity week. We are donating clothes, shoes, bags, and so on to our to I say African kids because this is what I always do. To the street kids. We are also giving to the old people, those who can't help themselves. And there is that disease called hyperparalysis. It's hitting up the most high number, and most especially to kids. But remember, if a parent, let me say mom, gets an issue like this in a family, or the kid, this is whereby a kid needs 90% of the mother's time, because this person is paralyzed and they can't do anything for themselves. I don't know if you've ever seen people like that, but I think it's too much. I don't know, but someone ends up, when the family isn't happy about what is happening, the treatments are expensive, everything about it is expensive. So if you can help in any way or the other, we do help such people, because you never know. And if you're to get time and listen to the street kids, all the stories they'll tell you, it's about they are passing challenges, but some people are there because of depression and stress that happen to them or to their family. You can't speak to someone, you never know, you may bring someone's life, you may give hope to someone, so that they can also gain that self-love we are talking about. Yeah, guys, bye-bye. May God bless you and stay tuned. Love you all, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and let's keep the spirit.